welcome to our show. We're glad to have you in our show. I hope you are doing great and amazing as always.
Thank you, Banani. Thank you for providing me such a wonderful platform. Glad to connect again.
Yeah, so China today, as we all know that it's January, the first month of the year, and what best topic can be other than the purpose of life to start our
Wonderful,
new year? Yeah.
wonderful,
So
wonderful.
let's begin. We're going to discuss how one should know how to find the purpose of life and what exactly is purpose of life and how to balance life, how to lead a balanced life.
Yeah. So, Banani, if I go in deep, the purpose of life is very different, or it varies person to person. If I go in deep, for me, the purpose of life is to discover myself. So going inward is my journey, and what is going, what is beyond existence, that is my purpose. But that doesn't mean that everyone should follow this purpose. Everyone has got some different purposes. But without purpose, people mostly feel that they don't exist, right? They feel very uprooted, and they start questioning their existence,
Right.
and they find life very meaningless. So
Right.
I feel everyone should at least define one purpose to feel good about life. And I feel giving is the most important energy. So, by contributing to the society, everyone can feel the importance of their existence. So, it can be, the role can be differed. For example, one person is contributing to the society by running an NGO for, widow women, right? Widow.
Yeah.
For some people, they run the NGO for kind of shelterless people, those who are abandoned, those who are don't those who doesn't have any shelter, any roof under their heads. So that kind of that differs person to person, as I said. But
Right.
for a youngster, I feel they should first, few initial years, they should enjoy their life by balancing them. Because nowadays, if I see, people get saturated very easily. And what is the reason? Because parents are giving them, or trying to give everything, the best,
The
or
best.
trying to provide the best. So what is happening to them? They find the life very meaningless, very easily or very quickly, because saturation is there. So I feel parents should actually give them, with kind of a balanced attitude. Not kind of, they should not bring that kind of saturation in their children. They
Right.
should feel the lack at least, so that they start, living their life according to their wish. If you fulfill each and everything of your children, they won't find anything to explore in life, and they will get bored very easily.
Right.
So this is my observation while, working with children, young, especially young children. They get very easily saturated. They feel, they get easily bored, and they feel the saturation very easily, as I said. So
Right.
this is my observation, as well as my suggestion to the younger generation, or to parents of that generation, that they should at least leave some lack in their children, right? Everything should be in balanced way. And for younger generation, they should party, they should go to, there is no restriction as such, but at the same time they should bring the awareness what they are doing. They should
Right.
bring awareness to their actions. I know it is difficult
Mm.
for them, but if parents, they coach them, they are friendly, they can guide them accordingly.
Right. So
Yeah.
China, if I want to understand,
Hmm.
I would like to understand what is the purpose of life according to you? In a very simple statement, what would you tell about it? Like, what's your definition about the purpose of life? How would you define?
See, to make the life more meaningful, people need
Mm-hmm.
some external purpose. Right?
Mm.
They need. For example, they don't understand the difference between the desire and the purpose. I hear from people that I need a small house, I need a good vehicle or a four-wheeler, and I want to travel. They feel that this is the purpose of life, but this is not. Believe me, after some time, they will get saturated and they will find life very meaningless. So
Mm.
I feel contributing to the society, reciprocating to the society is the best way to find their purpose, to find
Mm.
people purpose. And according to people choice, they can find their purpose. For example, I feel good when I see someone is, happy, when I see a smile on people's face, that I feel good about it because it gives me happiness too, right? So
Right.
this is my, I can say that this is my external purpose to
Mm-hmm.
live life. That gives a very, sharp meaning to my life, to my existence. I feel very worthy. I feel very, that yes, I exist, and I'm grateful to this universe that I'm able to contribute to the society, right? Society,
Mm.
to this universe. So people can find their way of expressing gratitude to this universe. Few people, they find, they create some art. The
Mm-hmm.
creation is the best form of contribution because
Mm.
universe has created us, and this whole universe is based on creation. So I feel creation is the best way to express our gratitude to this universe. You can create,
Universe.
for example, you are creating a platform where you
Mm.
are connecting people for their well-being, right?
Mm.
So this is your creation. Banani Vista is your creation, right?
Right. Mm.
So this is how you feel good about yourself.
Yes.
Similarly, few people, they draw, they paint. This is their contribution. When people see or come to see their art, they feel good. Few people, they sing. For example, Arijit Singh, the way he sings, people
Mm.
feel the
Connect.
yes,
Mm.
connect, that soul connect. They
Yes.
actually, by singing, by his songs, he is healing people, right?
Mm.
Few people play good, that is, there is no plan B for them. They feel
Mm.
that this is how I can, you know
Contribute to the
contribute
society.
to the society, because this is their passion as well. And believe me,
Mm.
this purpose cannot be mechanical. It has to be
Mm.
a connect with your inner self. For
Mm.
example, I was working with few corporates, but I was not happy. Though I
Mm.
was contributing, but I was not happy because that was not aligned with my inner self.
Mm.
Now, this task is very much aligned with my inner self.
Right.
So, this is so smooth and so easygoing for me. I'm
Mm.
passionate about human emotions. So,
Mm.
people can find their code, and for that, they have to go through their journey calmly,
Mm.
right?
True. Yeah. So are there any specific tools or techniques to find out the purpose of our lives so that people would can actually so that people can actually follow them diligently during their own lifestyle?
See, different phases are there. For
Mm,
example, if I talk about my life, I didn't have any clue what I am doing, right? I was working
mm,
with some corporate sector, but I was not happy. And
mm,
I started developing so many ailments. So, and
mm-hmm,
my parents were not conscious enough to guide me. I used to be a very creative and intuitive person, but
mm,
I didn't have any clue. But I used to feel something is there which is, which is forcing me to
mm,
go through this journey. Then
mm,
all of a sudden, one fine day, I realized something is wrong with me. The way I
mm-hmm,
want to live life, I am not living life in that way. And I am the way I aspire to live life, I am not living my
mm,
life. That was my
mm,
turning point of life, because I suffered a lot and I succumbed to the situation and I surrendered. That is one phase, and mostly
mm,
people they do unless they suffer and they succumb to the situation, people, environment, everything. That is one
yes,
way. This is called, I call it inner calling, right? And they leave
yes,
everything and they listen to their inner
you know,
voice.
yeah,
But but parents, if they are aware of, they can teach their children, or they, even you don't have to teach your children, they can foresee, they can see their children's wives, they can feel their children's wives, and they can
mm,
shape up them according to
mm,
their
mm,
vibes, their code, they can shape up. So parents play a very important role, as I mentioned. And the
mm,
second category is where people succumb to their situation, suffering, and they actually move on their path. So phases are there, as I said,
mm,
but for
mm, mm,
conscious people, it can be little different. It can
mm,
be, well defined. For
right,
example, Shaina Nehwal, right?
mm,
Sachin
mm,
Tendulkar. Their
mm,
parents, actually, they are prodigy, right? They are prodigy. And their parents
yeah,
were able to see that. For example,
mm,
Abdul Kalam, right? Our
yes,
former
yes,
president and scientist who
mm,
was behind all the innovation, right? So, how can we ignore that contribution? How can we ignore? But people,
mm,
they should stop following the herd. They should not follow the herd. They should not follow where the rest of the world is going. They should come out of the rat race to
right.
find the purpose of their life.
Mm. As you said, China, like, it's very important for the parents to understand, and for understanding what exactly, as you mentioned, that they should not follow the herd. I think it's the most foremost thing is to educate the parents, because when I am also, like, conducting the workshops for emotional well-being, when I am talking with the parents, so I could see by myself that the education level regarding this emotional well-being is very minimal, very minimal. So they are all happy to put their kids to workshops which is skill based. I do understand that, skill based and personality development and all those stuffs are very much essential to for the growth of a child. But I think that emotional well-being, where it deals with emotions, learning about self, self knowledge, what we call about. So those things cannot be neglected, and it should be the utmost importance, I feel. So
Exactly.
those, yeah, if those things can be feeded into a child from a very young age, so I think it can be miraculous. I mean, they won't have that midlife crisis that we say, like nearing to 30s. They don't have that. They will not have something, the relationship problems, issues. They don't have to go. They don't have to undergo undergo mental issues like depression, anxiety, which is very much evident in today's scenario. So I think they will come up as a very resilient person or a human being, you can say. Yeah.
Yeah, you are right, Banani. But don't you feel that if the ecosystem is
Mm-hmm.
not conducive for the children,
Mm.
whatever we teach them, that is
Mm.
not going to work, because
Yes.
once they go back to the ecosystem, they will
Mm-hmm.
adapt the energy of that
Mm.
ecosystem. For example,
Yeah.
where they are staying, their parents, if they are not
Mm.
conscious, whatever we teach them,
Yes.
that will be back to
Mm.
square, right? Once they get into
Mm.
that environment again, the ecosystem,
Yes.
which is not at all, there will be major clash, right?
Yes.
For example, I'm teaching uh, children to be courageous, right?
Mm.
Now once
Mm.
they and to find their purpose or to align with their code, but once they go home, they go back, their parents are teaching them to follow, to participate in rat race. So there is
Yes.
a major clash, major conflict, and they will
Mm.
suffer more.
Yes.
So I feel the perfect alignment will be
Mm.
we can do by educating the parents.
Yes.
And if the parents are, kind of evolved, the it will be
Mm.
very effortless for a
The
child
children.
to
Yeah.
adapt and to
Mm.
come up with that,
Right. Right.
right? So it
Mm.
is, I feel, every house should evolve, and
Mm.
every house should get, get into this kind of meditation, breathing techniques, our
Yes.
yogic techniques, our
Mm.
ancient wisdom. They
Mm.
should get into to shape up a
Yeah.
different kind of world. Correct? I hope
Right.
you
Yeah.
you you understood what I am trying to say.
Yes, yes, yes. I mean, it's very essential. Like, whenever like we want to bring a change in the society should support us. And when we are actually talking about kids here, so without the support of the parents, without the support of the other stakeholders who are involved directly or indirectly with the children, I think we cannot do anything. So
Exactly.
it may be school, yeah, it may be school, it may be their mentors, and obviously it starts from home. So parents play a very big role.
Exactly, exactly. See, one more thing I would like to say. For example, when parents they see that their children are kind of, reflecting some abnormal behavior, they try to correct
Mm.
it by
Yeah.
they try to correct it by imposing,
Mm.
right? But they don't want to see themselves. They
Mm.
don't want to see that from where this behavior, this pattern is coming. They
Mm.
are completely, either they are on a denial mode, or
Mm.
they are from the suppressed society.
Right.
I don't call it suppressed, although it is a repressed society actually.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel that whatever your emotions are, you should
Mm.
express it and you should come up without denying, without
Mm.
suppressing. And
Yeah.
that is from where, it means from there actually transformation starts.
Yes, yes. As you rightly said that, China, that we should first accept our emotions, whatever it is. Then
Yeah,
once we accept, I think then the path becomes easier, and then
exactly.
that's the real transformation starts from there. Right.
Correct,
Yeah.
correct.
How one can balance their life, as most of the millennials give up,
Hmm.
on their life at a certain point of time in their lifetime, when they feel that they have done all sorts of partying, they have seen the most happening side of their life, and at some point of time they feel saturated. Now, either they depend on drugs or they depend on any kind of relationships to to just run their life. So what exactly they should do to balance their life, and how they exactly lead their life, so that it will be a meaningful as or and fulfillment. They feel satisfied.
Yes. So what is the perfect word for them? They don't feel content. They are not satisfied, and this is ongoing journey, right? And one after another, something will trigger. Something will get triggered, and they will find meaningless. The life is meaningless, kind of. For example, if uh, actually for them achieving things is very
Mm.
very kind of, they find a chase in this kind of journey. They want to chase, and
Mm.
once they achieve, they feel what is next, right?
Mm.
And that's how they get trapped in this kind of journey. And once if you see whatever the corruption, the perversion, everything happens either on very upper strata or on very lower strata, where
Mm.
there is no kind of, survival, right? Lower strata, they
Mm.
don't, they just earn and they eat, if you see. And the
Mm.
most upper caste, upper rung, they
Yeah.
just earn and they get saturated. And what is next? They try
Mm.
to get very very expensive kind of, vehicle, whatever the best possible things they try to achieve. And after that they
Right.
lose the interest very easily.
Mm.
Maybe for sometimes they will feel good. After that they will once again, what is next? So
Mm.
they depend on drugs to feel the high, right? To feel the
Mm.
high,
Yes.
because all this give them high, very high.
Hi.
So to fill the high, they start using either alcohol, yeah, or smoking. They smoke or they use some drugs. Nowadays, so many. We Everyone is aware of how this upper strata is going through a transition phase where everyone is involved in, drug scandal or something other
Yes.
else, right?
Yes.
So this is the
Mm.
saturation point, and they should look
Yeah.
within. Once again, we cannot say or we cannot impose that they should come up and they get into the path of spirituality, or they should get know how to balance it, because we cannot advise anyone unless, or we cannot impose anything on anyone unless the person is ready. So
Yes.
it should be their consciousness, they are conscious enough, right, what they are
Mm.
doing. But if they find that this is how their journey, we
Mm.
cannot do anything about it. But
Right.
they should, if they feel that uh, something is wrong with them, they should reach out for, or they should ask for support. They should reach out to some people to uh, correct their
Mm.
journey, or to live their journey with a purpose, with content. So that is
Mm.
that we can say only, because unless a
Yeah.
person is not ready, we cannot do anything. And if you see,
Mm.
the rate of suicide is increasing day by day. Right, that's the where people are not happy, because expectation from self is growing very, very high, very high,
Mm. Yeah. Right.
right?
Yes.